It was the first time I'd ever walked on a stage where I actually felt like myself. What up, everybody? I have to share this with you. What was the question? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I gotta stop and get some cheap chicken for the dog because he's got diarrhea. Just because we're virtual doesn't mean it can't be amazing. Whoa! Hey, how are you? It's your friend Mel Robbins. Welcome to What the Mel. Our first question is super important. It comes from Vincent, and this is the question he submitted. How do you love yourself? Words, gifts. You can't give yourself affection. Well, yeah, you can. You remember that thing we used to do as kids where you go, actually, you can give yourself affection. I think, you know how I have this habit? I have this habit of always high-fiving myself in the mirror. I send myself into the day, go get a Mel. That's a form of affection. You can show yourself love through words and through gifts and through actions because love is a verb. And that's the most important thing to think about when you think about practicing self-love and developing habits around self-love. So love is a verb. What are the actions and habits and thoughts that you would have when you think about how you treat or speak to somebody you love? Self-love is about giving yourself all the things that you freely give to the people that you love. And what's so awesome is that when you learn and start practicing how to love yourself, it expands your capacity to love other people more deeply because you can't give other people something that you don't give to yourself. And I know you're like, whoa, I love other people, but you don't truly love other people if you can't love yourself because there's a part of you that doesn't feel worthy. And so you got to practice this stuff. And it's everything. Here are some ways that I practice. First of all, if someone you loved were struggling, what would you recommend they do in terms of how they take care of themselves? First of all, you got to get a good night's sleep. That's a form of self-love. Put good food in your body. That's a form of self-love. Take time for yourself every day. That's a form of self-love. Moving your body and exercising. That's a form of self-love. The biggest form of self-love for me is not criticizing myself. So when I catch myself criticizing myself, trashing myself, beating myself up, I kick that noise and garbage out of my head. And I replace it with something that I would say to somebody that I love. Instead of focusing on the things that are going wrong, I kick that thought out of my mind and I focus on the things that are going right. Another form of self-love for me is I'm constantly soothing and reassuring myself. Mel, hey, I know it's challenging right now, but this is preparing you for something. Mel, I know you're nervous, but you got this. You can face this. And notice I'm using my name, Mel. Study after study has come out that when you talk to yourself and use your own name, it has a much deeper impact on you. You have the experience of almost having someone else be saying it. It lands deeper. And it's also through gifts. I also give myself the gift of buying flowers every time I go to the grocery store. I started doing that a few years ago. I love flowers. I was always waiting for somebody else to give them to me. And it dawned on me, why the hell don't I just buy them for myself? And so I do. And you'd be surprised. $3, $4, $5, you can always find a small little bouquet at a grocery store. Stick it on your desk. It's a reminder that you love yourself. Remember, love is a verb. Just treat yourself how you would treat somebody that you love and practice it, and you'll get better and better at it. Awesome question. All right, the next question we got is from Joyce. I love this question. She wants to know the story behind my sparkly sneakers. This is a great story about a bunch of topics. It's a story about confidence. It's a story about being comfortable in your own skin. It's a story about being yourself, no matter where you are or what you're doing. And it's a story about the power of your unique self-expression. And your unique self-expression comes out and is amplified when you feel comfortable in your own skin. I got into the speaking business, 6 or 7 years ago. I had a TEDx talk that went crazy viral. That's what started the speaking business. And when I first got into the speaking business, I was really intimidated because I was new to it. And I wanted to do a very good job and I wanted to fit in. So I looked around at what all the top people in the industry of motivational speaking and speaking on the corporate circuit were doing. And I noticed that all the women were dressed in heels, wearing pencil skirts or beautiful dresses, the kind of thing that you might see a news anchor wearing, like a nice dress, heels. So I just wore what everybody else was wearing. Didn't even occur to me to wear something else because here I am trying to break into a new industry. So I look at everybody at the top, I copy what they're doing, and I am not comfortable in high heels. Yes, if my husband Chris and I are going out on date night, I can rock them like the best of them. But walking through a convention center in them, standing on a stage for an hour in a pair of heels while you're trying to hold in your stomach because you're being broadcast on a big screen and you're wearing a dress, like it was the least comfortable outfit I could possibly wear. Very self-conscious in it. I'm not that graceful in a pair of heels, so I sort of like poof, poof, poof on a stage. But that's what I did for the first couple of years. So I was in Miami. This must have been probably 5 years ago. I was in Miami and I had just gotten off stage, take off the heels, take off the dress, put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. I got like an hour to kill before I have to leave for the airport. I'm going to fly to Vegas because I've got a speech in Vegas the next morning. So I'm walking down Collins Ave in South Beach in Miami. And I walk past this store. Unfortunately, it's not there anymore. I loved this store. And there in the window were the most amazing high-top sneakers I had ever seen in my entire life. I was like a moth to the flame. Let me show you these bad boys because these are the originals. This right here, notice the gold shimmery sparkle and the confident blaze orange. I didn't own anything like this. I'd never seen anything like this. I immediately thought, whoa, this I bet is what like a Justin Bieber kind of wears. I mean, these are insanely cool. I went inside and they were pretty expensive. I'd never spent that kind of money. I wasn't a sneakerhead yet. But I thought, hey, I spend that kind of money on a pair of nice heels, so why not treat myself to a pair of sneakers, okay? So I get back to the hotel, I pack up, I hop the flight, I get to Vegas. Now, I wake up the next morning and I have a tech check, which is where you rehearse the speech and go through like all the technology rehearsals before the event starting. My tech check is at 7:30, the doors to the event open at 8, and I'm on stage at 8:30. And I had a red dress, my heels, or so I thought. So I crack open, that's what I was planning on wearing. I crack open the suitcase, there are no heels. I have left the heels in the hotel room back in Miami. All I have are the Birkenstocks that I wore on the plane and I wore out in Vegas last night, and my new Justin Bieber high-top sneakers. And I have exactly 15 minutes to get to the tech rehearsal and nothing else is open. So, Birkenstocks, Justin Bieber, I think we'll go with the Justin Bieber sparkly high tops. I slapped those puppies on. I walked from my hotel room all the way through the casino floor, past all the restaurants and the shops, to the convention center, which you know is like a 2-mile walk. I was so happy to be not only in my red dress, but more importantly, in my Justin Bieber sneakers because it was super comfortable to walk there that way. I get to the backstage area and for the first time in 2 years, something happened. And let me tell you what happened. One of the guys that was on the production crew turned and goes, cool sneakers. That was like the first time somebody in production had really acknowledged me for something other than the job in 2 years. So I was like, And as I started walking toward the backstage area, everybody I passed, cool kicks. Oh, those are cool. Oh, those are cool. And I'm like, this is wild. Nobody's ever complimented on this is like, people are. And so I did the tech rehearsal, and then this was the moment of truth. When I walked out onto that stage, it was at the MGM Arena, and there were like 5,000 real estate agents in the audience. I was there to deliver a speech for RE/MAX. It was the first time I'd ever walked on a stage where I actually felt like myself. It was also the first time that I felt the audience kind of lean forward and go, oh, she seems kind of cool. But when you walk onto a stage in heels and a dress, you're like the authority. And you're on a stage and you're talking at people. There's something about walking onto a stage or walking through life and having something fun that you're wearing that makes you relatable and interesting and real. And from that moment forward, I have never not worn sparkly sneakers for work. I wore them every day on my daytime talk show. I'm embarrassed to tell you that I probably have 20 pairs of these. I love, this is my favorite, these are my favorite, well, these are my favorite because these are the originals, but I would say these are my second favorite because I like the low top and I love the blue. I love these, which have a big silver kind of thing. These are super comfortable. And I've got a bunch of these, and these did not even come with sparkles, so I literally bought Swarovski crystals or whatever the hell they're called and got a glue gun out and put them on myself. If you're looking for sparkly sneakers, there's all kinds of them out there these days. It's the coolest thing in the world. Bedazzled sneakers are a thing. Whether you go to DSW or Nordstrom's or Zappos or anywhere, you can find them. And so the moral of the story, the secret to confidence is being comfortable in your own skin. And the secret to being relatable and likable is being yourself and being comfortable in your own skin. And so whatever it is that gives you a little flair, whether it's a little pin on your jacket or a little flower in your pocket or sparkles on your sneakers or cool specs, you gotta find the confidence to bring that to the way that you go through life, because there's something unique about you. And when you settle into what is really an expression for you, you feel comfortable in your own skin. And that's the greatest feeling in the world. All right, what is our next question? Oh, Sandra wants to know, she's asking about my diet and exercise routine. In my Incredible Year course, which we did in January, you're so fit in just your sports bra. Did I actually wear a sports bra while teaching a class? Was that a thing? Jesus, Mel, that is like, maybe I just posted a video about something. I don't know. And I happened to be in a sports bra. What do you do to look so good? I want to know your secrets. Well, it's funny that you're asking me about this right now because I had surgery 26 days ago. So I have not exercised in 26 days, and I'm so happy because I hate exercising. So it has been wonderful to have a surgery to be able to blame my procrastination and lack of desire for exercising on. So first of all, I'm 52 years old, everybody. And I have never looked better. I've never been healthier. And so age is just a number. It doesn't matter how unhealthy you've been or how many times you've gone up or down or you've been in a good routine or not in a good routine. What's so cool about your mind and your body is that it is you can change it. And all of the science shows that your mind is like a living network, and you can plow new neural pathways in your brain. And so you can change your attitude about things. And you absolutely can change your body. So a couple things about secrets for me. Number one, I think the best secret to having a healthy life is being a happy person. So my attitude about life, my gratitude, my optimism, my positive nature, that is a huge factor for why I'm such a healthy person. In fact, when I got my surgery at the beginning of March, it was like a 5-hour surgery and my outcome was incredible and I healed super quickly. The doctor said it is 1,000% because of your attitude. So the mind-body connection in terms of health is super important. Second thing, my husband has a saying, I'm sure he heard it somewhere else, your abs are made in the kitchen. Your strength is made in the kitchen. If you're putting shit in your body, it doesn't matter how much you work out at the gym. Seriously. So take a look at what you're eating. Are the foods that you're eating something that are really working for you? Because you know what it feels like after you've exercised or after you've had a really clean, healthy meal versus what it feels like after you've had a double at Five Guys and the large fries and the shake. It feels great going down. It feels like shit once it's in you. And so I like to think about health the way I think about my car. I would not put sand and gravel in my car's fuel tank. And when you eat like crap, you're putting sand and gravel in your own fuel tank. And your body's got to process that stuff. So clean eating, super important. And, you know, I'm kind of one of these people where I'm sort of like everything in moderation. So I'm not gluten-free. I'm not dairy-free. I just sort of do organic when we can, locally sourced whenever we can. And I always just have a salad, I have a protein, and I have a vegetable. The other thing is exercise. I do when I am healthy, I do move my body every day. Whether it's a hour-long yoga class that I stream online or taking the dog for a walk outside, I always try to move my body every day. And I do that because I have a commitment to wanting to live a really long and healthy life. And I think the final thing is that the healthier and happier I am, the more boring I am. Like, I don't go out a lot. Maybe it's because I'm never invited anywhere, but you know, I don't go out a lot. I don't go to parties a lot. I love my life. I'm sort of a homebody. I love getting a good night's sleep. The main thing though is happiness, and it's making a decision to be healthy with your habits. That's what it takes. A commitment to yourself. We started this episode by talking about self-love. I think one of the ways that you show that you love yourself is by making healthy choices, because change doesn't happen by chance. You're not going to get healthy as a side effect of something. You're going to get healthy and you're going to change because you choose to. And yeah, it is going to require you to create new habits and have a little bit of discipline, and maybe not down a pint of Ben and Jerry's while you're sitting in front of the TV. But what's on the other side of that is waking up every day and feeling good in your body and feeling proud of yourself and having the energy and the vibrancy in your body that carries you through a vibrant and energetic life. I hope that helps. All right, as you know, you can ask questions anytime to whatthemel@melrobbins.com, and we program this based on the questions that you ask us. So please send us some selfie videos with your questions. Send us your questions in the email. I love hearing from you. And in case nobody else tells you, I love you, I believe in you, and your ability to change your life for the better. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed that video, by God, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here. We've got so much amazing stuff coming. Thank you so much for sending this stuff to your friends and your family. I love you. We create these videos for you, so make sure you subscribe. Mwah.